Yeah, this is Dwayne Stevens from Augustown.
I'm Fiona.
And I'm Marcia Griffiths.
Well, you don't know it's a girl, IKEA.
Yeah, and I'm French Caperan speaking.
Hey, yo, what up, y'all? It's Jermaine Morgan.
Blessed of Massive. This is Morgan Heritage.
My name is Freddie McGregor.
Y'all, this Mr. Vegas.
Y'all, this is the Queen of Dancehall, Lady Star. It's all about Groovin Radio, and you're locked in with Ross Clan and the Breadman. You don't know.
This is what everybody's talking about.
Barry G's on the go, but I have time for Groovin Radio. Hosted by Ross Clem and Breadman. Catch it if you can. Saturdays 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. On a Sunday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Groovin Radio. 93.5 WVIP. It's alive.
Our very special mic check guest has now arrived, ladies and gentlemen, and he's no stranger to the music. Anthony, you do the honors in introducing our guest.
Yes, Rascalem, with over 40 years in reggae, our special guest on mic check today, we're talking about Mr. Maurice Jack Scorpio Johnson. Is now an icon in the industry, having produced countless hits for some of the most renowned names in music. The 1960s brought forth a bit of change to Jamaica, and interestingly, a great transition in entertainment. We're talking about from ska and rocksteady to reggae. And with the advent of reggae came many rising talents, and among them was Jack Scorpio Johnson, a young man with big dreams and a vision to help his community and the music industry in Jamaica. And Jack grew up with his father, Joseph Johnson, in a place called Drewsland. And in 1968, he started Black Scorpio sound system that entertained people in his community. And throughout the 70s, the Black Scorpio movement went from being a small sound system to one of the biggest names in the industry. And while the sound system continued to acquire popularity in the 80s with dancehall and reggae fans, Jack decided to invest in his community by building the Black Scorpio complex. And though the brand started to attain its name on the world scene, Jack did not become complacent. He developed Black Scorpio Records, expanding on the little residence his father had left behind. It not only housed the sound system, but became a dub room, a studio, to later a recording distribution company exporting music worldwide. And the studio became the haven for many rising talents to record their songs, producing hits for stars like Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Barrington Levy, Garnet Silk, Bonnie Ruggs, Sean Paul, Beatman, Papa San, and Mega Banton, to name a few. And in 2010, Jack was inducted rightfully in the Hall of Fame of the International Reggae and World Music Awards. So there you have it, our special guest on Mic Check, Maurice Jack Scorpio Johnson.
The legendary. Say good morning to the legendary Jack Scorpio. What better way to start Mic Check this morning with a song like that? And it's a Jack Scorpio production. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? The same thing we do every Saturday morning just about this time. Share love. Share their story. And this morning, the story is Jack Scorpio's story. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Ross Clem. How are you, man?
I am blessed.
Man.
I am blessed.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Jack. How you doing, man?
Give thanks.
You know, Jack Scorpio, you have had a legendary career And I don't say it lightly, you know. I don't take it lightly when I said you have had a legendary career. When I look at the list of artists that you have worked with, when I look at what you have done with your little community of Jerusalem, who would have said to me that Jack Scorpio remained in Jerusalem and created a dub room, created the Scorpio complex? If you had said that to me and I didn't know, if Anthony had said that to me and I didn't hear that from you, I would have said, Anthony, you're lying. But you have done a lot. You're legendary in this business, Jack Scorpio.
Yeah, man.
Take us back. Take us back, Jack Scorpio. Take us back to the days.
Taking it back from I was 16 years old. I mean, a matter of fact, about 10, coming up, growing up in Jerusalem and Marmalade, where, we did have people sound like El Suzy, Go-Go, Del, and, I just love the music. And actually, when I reach about 16 years old, I get my first little job down on the boulevard when I build the trench and end up getting about, in those days when you get $60, you get the world. And I take that $60 and buy my little Dulcimina. I thought it's a Dulcimina because one side, a Dulcimina music box. Like one side was turntable and one side was the speaker. So, you just buy a turntable and I end up buying my very, very first 2 albums, which I always recognize. Delroy used to feel good all over and Eptones on top. The third one was Dennis Brown, No Man's an Island. But listen, I buy that LP and actually, in my little community, I just, like I put back, my father was alive at the time, but he was actually a sick man. But I started to play my little LP through my little window. These government houses, and put the little box, and it created an atmosphere, and automatically my father died in 1917. When him die, I just start a little fry fish shop then. I been a little shop right on the little corner. Everybody who know about Jack Scorpio and Black Scorpio know what I'm talking about. My father used to plant Callaloo right on the little where the shop is now. It is still there, but run by some tiny. But I build a little shop and start to take that same little sound, the little music there, and play from Friday night time. And so people then come gamble and.
That was the birth. That was the birth of Jack Scorpio. But what drove you to the music though? Because I've yet to hear you say what your father did. Was your father? I mean, what drove you to the music? Was it a family thing? How did you get involved with it? Just the love of the music?
Just the love. I used to go around with El Suzy sound, everything box, and you know what I mean. And then you have this little sound on Sandalian with the name Dell. And, every night them play. As a matter of fact, even on a World Crescent, where actually I would have tell you the history of this. I was at the dance tonight when the first set of gunshot have been, anybody who know them history, the Wayo and Gigi, when them kill them round at the dance there. That was the first opponent of violence in a dance. And I was actually there. But growing up in that community where music was all there, and then now I get to just love it. And as a matter of fact, Delroy Wilson was the one who really inspired me. When I listen to all that guy sing and say, I'm not a king and good all over, I tell you, them things just inspire me. And that is the way I get to love it. And going with El Suzy sound, listen up back, I go about. I've got Portland, I go spend time with him just to be in the music until I say, I buy my own thing and it just accelerate from that. And,
Yes. I look at the name Jack Scorpio and then you see the name Black Scorpio. Why did you name the sound system Black Scorpio?
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you the history still. The history was when I do buy that little Dulcimina sound system thing, what I tell you, I always say that Dulcimina, like I grip. I end up, as I say, every Thursday night, every Friday night, until I have to play and people could gather up. Until I got by an amplifier, a tube amplifier. And actually, I end up have a sound in Marvel then called him Black Solidarity. It was a ruling sound. But me and Sassafras now fight great from, you know, I'm from Zealand, then a sound from Marvel and named Black Solidarity. We end up now, after I buy this amplifier, I buy 2 box, so I make start the shop around and I get little bigger and I couldn't find the money to buy the box and the speaker and then now we end up have a class. One of my first DJ, to be honest, was General Tree, brother named Blacker. But anyway, end up me and Sassafras go school and Sassafras come from Marvel, but they never used to want to, Black Solidarity never want Sassafras DJs over Sassafras, that's DJ El Suzy go. So Sassafras 2 men go school and come DJ for my son. I end up have a class right over Terry, right over Jews land in Terry right before me. And end up that we win the class. And then now from the win that class and now that is where the name start and I win the class with my sound name Specialized. But what happened now in the system, in the thing now, you know the 2 political parties, which was the same PMP and the same JLP. But PMP, you know, was as a power and JLP as a high up. So with my sound name Specialized, I find myself, you know, people are running like say, well, I support.
Say a Labour right.
The right party. I mean, no, we can't do it, we can't go there. So, but you know, that then the I was the thing at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Because this I up thing was like the Rasta man, the man blessing and I my virgin. So me use a name. But anyway, me say no, me can't stay right there. So me end up now. So okay, me I go change my name to my zodiac sign, and that is the way of Black Scorpio come in because them days this where Gemini was there, Virgo was there, and you know I say okay, I'm gonna change my name then and put me. I'm a Scorpio, so I just say Black Scorpio. Why you know not them days the black was kind of the highlight of everything, and I just said, boy, I changed it to Black Scorpio, and that's how the name come Black Scorpio.
Wow. Yeah. After I play this song, I want to come back and talk about the clashes because you're talking about the early days of clashing, you know, Anthony.
Yeah, man. My first dance when me keep was a clash.
Was a clash dance. So you saw Zion in a vision. And this is not the 60s now, you know. I'm talking about the late 70s. I used to steal away and go to the dance hall up at the University of the West Indies called Student Union. Black Star and Jalov and those sound. But sound system those days were nice, Jack Scorpio.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, my God. Don't even mention. I just met a guy, you know, recently, and I must have over 3-piece land, and that was there. They never forget, you know. It was just wonderful. It was just entertainment and niceness and everybody having fun, man. The cane cart man out the road are selling cane and a dance. The peanut man are selling peanuts. I mean, it's a day I wonder if it will come back. I mean, it's wonderful. I'm telling you.
What happened, though? What happened? I mean, if you look at how it changed, Breadman. If you look at how it changed, Anthony, and what it has come to. I mean, where did we go off course?
I think is the negative, you know, is the negativity of the lyrics and some of the artists them really put in the music. I don't blame you know, sometimes I blame myself in some case, although I don't support it. One thing with me, over the years, I don't produce a song that cannot play on the radio. Right. I don't produce, I try not to. I try not to produce violence because it is not sending a good message for our generation. And that is where I think some of the problem come in. And that is what take away that kind of love from the dance, because some of the artism was, it's what happening still in the country, for the country just develop a violent thing, the election, this. It was all, too much bad vibes in the music, too much bad lyrics. The lyrics them is not right. For every time I hear a man say with that lyrics, say, don't take a gun and shot her. Me always say, why don't say, we'll take some love and love that virgin? Just like we play Garnell Street a while ago. So we can make songs what live on forever and ever. Right. That must say, sometimes you can't preach against what the wrongs is going on. Right. We have to know how to put it to our kids. And that is what developed in Jamaica, in the music fraternity. And it get me scared as a producer. I always say to myself, why should I ever produce a song when I send a positive message to my nation just to get a quick money? It's like taking up some cocaine and telling to a brother to get rich overnight and destroying family.
True. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the voice of our very special mic check guest this morning, Maurice Jack Scorpio Johnson, legendary producer, legendary sound system owner and operator. A man who has been around from the 60s since 1968, Breadman.
Yeah, I'm hearing that, definitely. The sound system genre, the sound system fraternity right now, I believe is much different from what I'm hearing how he started off. Even in the 80s, I had friends that had sound system, and it was the same way. Everybody used to chip in their money and go buy some record. You buy an amp this week or whatever. But now people want to start a sound system. They get a computer and they download a whole bunch of music. They can't even tell you what's the first song, like he just said. You just named the first free LP where you buy. So how does that make you feel? Do you feel that the whole fraternity, the whole culture is changing? Is that for the good or for the bad?
Well, actually, the world is changing the computer, really. But, I want to say it's actually for the bad enough. I don't want to beat it down because, in life everything changed. But one of my main things, because these guys, in our days, sound system. You see, I'm going to hear it playing before we go to the computer. When we are going to class, everything has to right. Your sound has to right. If you play a record and it's scratch, it come like you lose the class. That means you must know how sound things go. If you play and your sound broke down, you lose the class. So you have to have your sound. These nowadays is not a sound system. You hear some man coming from computers and music and say them sound. Sometimes we wonder, that is not how our days used to be. Our days is sound. When me and Jam is Stereograph or me and Kilimanjaro, name the sound them. We have to have a sound string up. Every man sound have a string up and your sound have your click. Your DJ have to dip on top.
Have to be ready.
True.
Have to be ready.
You understand me?
Jack, sorry. I saw, in preparing for this, I was watching something with you and David Rodigan. And Rodigan made a statement that when sounds were clashing in those days, it was done respectfully. It was done with a lot of respect. And I watched David Rodigan play through his set. And I watched you walk up to David Rodigan. And he played his last song. And then he says, it's now time for Jack Scorpio, the legendary Jack Scorpio. You don't see that these days.
No, you don't see that.
And I told myself the last sound clash I went to, I will not even call the establishment name, but I said after that night, you can never see me in a sound clash anymore unless it would be a Jack Scorpio, a Downbeat, or a David Rodigan, because the languages that they use so disrespectful.
All right.
You know?
This is what you come right back to what you just said to me. That's why enough people not going to dance again. Because when a man like you going there, when a man like me going there, I mean, hear that. You don't want to go back.
No.
The people who we do that one dance, enjoy themselves, not going. And that is where the problem come in. I'm glad you said, continue.
Yes, man. Now, you have worked with some legendary artists from the likes of Dennis Emmanuel Brown, Garnet Silk, Gregory Isaac. We kicked off the program with one of your production, Now That We Found Love, Bunny Ruggs. I mean, you've worked with BREADMAN, Barrington Levy. Let me ask you a question. When you look at the list of artists that you have produced, and more, a lot more.
I'm going to tell you something, Tom. I'm going to make sure before I go further, I have two artists who I'm going to put on top of the list away from the great Garnet Silk, Dennis Brown, Gregory who passed, General Tree, and Sassafras. I cannot leave them because them is the art of Black Scorpio.
Wow.
Big up yourself, you're dead and gone.
Yes.
I have to call those names. Those names are the icon, Mikey Melody.
Yes.
These are people I know Marvelly, Jewsland, Waterhouse, Toil, and all over the, Pemmican, doing the park. My place was a place where everybody come. I know a lot of them are listening. I know what me attack is the park. Big up on yourself.
Yes, man.
And you know the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about General Tree. Them are going to say 1 to 3. So, Tree, big up yourself. Last week, I think one day this week, it was the 65th birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday again, my friend. But continue.
Yeah, man. Scorpio, the music has changed. But, just looking at where we're coming from, looking at the genres of music that Jamaica has given to the world. And Anthony, we can attest to this, that Jamaica is the only country in the world that have given 5 or 6 different genres of music. And we can go back to Mento. We can talk about ska, rocksteady, reggae, dancehall, dub. I mean, no other country has offered so much. But how is it though? Some of us are sat by the wayside. And I'm just going to quote Zig Ziglar here. Zig Ziglar once said that the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil things, but by those who stand aside and watch and do nothing. So why are we standing aside now, Jack Scorpio? Why are we standing aside and watching others come in and try to take control of what is rightfully ours? What is wrong?
Sometimes, let me tell you, I don't, we, as for instance, artists, producers, and everybody in the industry in Jamaica who really know, say reggae belongs to us. I think we're not taking the right approach. Then again, sometimes I said, I don't like to blame, but I think, I just said one time, say, instead of them just want to beat down and lock off reggae music and dancehall music, the government should try to preserve it and save it.
Yes.
One of the way what I always say, I say one of the way what we should do is try to build, whenever we're building communities, try to build a community center. Take for instance, about a mile or half mile or a couple distance from where the people the music could affect them. We should not just try to just lock it down. And that's what happens again, With lockdown, you can't play nowhere, you can't this, them lock it up. Which I know say sometimes the guys them outrage and them go on bad. So what I still say, we should, as the government then, as Jamaica, should try to say, okay, we're building this community, every community must have a place where music can play that don't disturb anybody.
Yeah, there's certain things. There's certain things that our communities must have. And you see, the thing is, Jack, we don't build communities. What we're building, what they're giving us is neighborhoods. They're not giving us community, because a community is complete. A community, Anthony, has everything.
Everything.
So
it leads me to what? The question I wanted to ask you, Jack, about that Black Scorpio complex, because we're talking about, you had the vision to build a dub room, a studio, and all of that. Talk to us about that.
A business place. I supply my community with food, with everything. I have a bar there, It's a complex.
Yes,
you
man.
Come there, you come in the studio, and it has supplied the whole community. But let me tell you, honestly, you don't know the violence and the change up the whole situation. If I end up that I have to move this to my next location, which is on Mullines Road. You understand what I'm saying?
So not even the community was understanding what you were doing, so they could be a part of it. You remained in the heart of the community, but yet still you had to move out, eh?
You have to move out because of, the people them know what it takes, and them feel it. Not everybody, and some people upset, everybody cry. And I myself, until today, in my studio, when I hear you play that Garnet Silk, I remember that studio when Garnet Silk come in there, come do that song. And I remember when Dennis Brown, I sit down on the step, me and him on the step, I would get up and would go just walk in the studio and him do that song. I remember so many artists just live there, enjoy there, very Soundman. I mean, I did the first album with Bunny Ruggs as a solo artist from the third world. And it's right there. It's so many things going there, the funky part, name them. I do about 5 albums, 10 albums with Yellow Man. So Yellow Man create his name right there before John James know him.
Well, guess what, Jack Scorpio? It is your story, and you are telling it this morning. Let me drop a Gregory Isaac, produced by the one and only, the legendary Jack Scorpio. Breadman, this is a question that, I want a person like a Jack Scorpio to answer. When you look at the foundation, and make no mistake, Gregory Isaac and Yellow Man and all those artists are a part of the foundation of our music.
True.
They may have came at a later date after Ska, Mentor, and Rocksteady, but they still remain a part of the building block. When you look at the artists, most of the artists from those days, Jack Scorpio, and you mentioned the likes of Alton Ellis.
Oh my God!
And you look at the artists today. I mean, why is it a lot more of the today artists? Why is it they're not taking a page from those artists' book in terms of what they're doing?
That's a good question you come with. I tell you something, my brother. I am trying my best when I do find one, and I'm playing anywhere, and I'm trying, because there's a few in those days that we are talking about, when you talk about a Dennis Brown, a Gregory Isaac, a Alton Ellis, a Delroy Wilson, name them, every artist that sing Alton Ellis, just sing wonderful music. That's all, and it was a competition to sing wonderful music. Today, it's just a couple of them I really lift my hat to. Trying to keep the music on a positive vibe, which is what we need, and we can count them for a finger. And, this is where the problem is. And we need to see if we can solve it. And it goes for the DJs them, it goes for the woman them especially. Try to dance to the wonderful music like one of the guys who me kind of respect, Chris Martin is trying his best. Me and Virgo is doing wonderful. I mean, Chronix is trying to do wonderful. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't want, when an artist come and start to do positive music, some of them come and change, and that I don't understand. I wonder why you have to change from this positiveness and go to some negative thing and start to talk some words. Want to deserve. When the world are watching and listening, especially the youth, they want to love you. Because you are a big idol. And that's why Dennis Brown, them musical live on, and Gregory Isaac, and John Holt, and Alton, and the young youth, them come and still have to love them, and Bob Marley. because they send wonderful message.
Definitely. Jack Scorpio, stay where you are. The computers will take over in about 40 seconds. When we come back after the 11 o'clock hour, we will continue our mic check chat with the legendary Jack Scorpio.
Yes, sir.
It comes back again, Breadman, where the names of Romaine Virgo, Christopher Martin, and I could add a few in there, Sing It, Taurus Riley, who continue to do good music. We must take control of our music, brothers and sisters.
Yes, she give me loving at the right time, daytime, nighttime. Yes, she give me loving at the right time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as I welcome you back to Groovin Radio this Saturday morning to our featured segment, Mic Check this morning with our very special guest. If I didn't tell you, Breadman, if I didn't tell you, listeners and Anthony Turner, that Jack Scorpio produced this song, you would say to me, no, man, I'm buying and leave it produce him tune, man. So as we welcome you back, Jack Scorpio, I tell you, you have a vision for the music. And you know, I took a good look at your work this week, and it amazed me.
Yeah.
It amazed me that you have done all the things that you have done and all the artists who you have worked with, and we have yet to even tip the scale in terms of your production. And it's beautiful work. It is beautiful work, and I am happy that you Jack Johnson, you Jack Scorpio, is a part of our music, and you have been a part of the music for such a long time. So thank you publicly for your contribution. You have a question, Breadman?
Yeah, I have another question. Well, you've kind of brought us on the journey of Black Scorpio and Jack Scorpio itself. But you said at the beginning the Dulcimina did name Special Eye, and then you changed it to Black Scorpio. But there's another name out there I've heard, the Horseman sound. What?
Yes, because what really happened, Sassafras was the original first DJ, which him used to work at the starting gate.
Came on a spark.
Oh, for
yeah. And his father used to own racers, and as a senior DJ on the sound, that is how. And because I was a man who loved racers also, I mean, we won our last and all that. End up even one racers because of his father involved, and him and the main DJ for the sound. Then now, General Chi as a student now, as a a young rising artist who come up now, and we all know this is how the Artsman film coming from. We used to play about not going up. Every dance we keep anything what came on a spark or did the name dance is Black Scorpio sound play over there, and the name just come with Sassafras the Artsman, so we know Black Scorpio so the Artsman.
One of our listeners, Jack Scorpio, is very intrigued, and Anthony himself is intrigued with this, and I think when we interviewed Derek Morgan, the whole thing came up again about the clashes and how clashes were done. You told me something this week, Jack, that even with Anthony, and it's relating to Sting now, how Sting got started. And and Jack Scorpio can just share with us a bit, Jack Scorpio, how that all came together.
Yeah, man, Sting started because I'm really the sound man enough. So Sting is really, to be honest, is a clash thing. But I remember one of the main dance was enough Jamaican in my age group. I know this dance in a cinema too. Peter when Black Scorpio, Youth Man Promotion, King Jammys, and Black Star. Black Star of an African Star, African Star of an Tiger. Jammys of an Admiral Bailey, and I think Junior Chakademos, Youth Man Promotion. This is how the student one can ring the alarm come about to,
Wow.
When Tenasa do that song, the other song there, Tenasa draw, and me not tell her like mash up the place. When they say ring the alarm and the sound is dying, and so in the other song that's all Riley go vice it off. But put it away though. They know me as the General Tree, the ass man. If you look for that, you will find the video for that, because we mean I'm full ass man cool. Yes, man, the horseman cool, them full horseman outfit and them horseman, uniform, general chief with them whip and all them thing there. This was in the early 80s, or late 70s, but in the early 80s when that happened. For the early 80s, almost late 70s. But that is how things start. And he used to carry all over Jamaica. We play, things start with definitely sound class. And this is why it end up to be, every time you sing is a class thing. And even, I want to tell you something, you see there are one thing there, what they want to come with themselves, a thing that keep it. And we end up, we draw the card for the leg, and then say, you know what I mean? Because you know, and it's true, this is a fact, the world know that is how things develop. Things never develop because of art, it develop because of CMR, yes, DJ, but it's sound. You understand me? And that's how things make his name from cinema to, and then take it all over Jamaica. Me have all a trophy for me, get but we know what a trophy. And I work for history, but let's just have an illustration of what our thing begins.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, though, Scorpio, is that with all the things that you've done in the industry and your contribution, what do you think has been your most valuable, most important contribution and legacy that you leave behind?
You know, one of my, you see, let me tell you, one of the greatest moments is really could be a part of this and to help a lot of upcoming artists in them career coming up. I remember artists like Shabba Rankin when Bobby said him to me, you know, and I really advise him. Artists like Yellow Man when nobody after him leave nursing home and him do the TST and thing. My son was on top at the time and invite him over me yard. People always you know, them always trouble him and you know, to him have the colours and I work my hands and take him in and end up that I start to carry him all over Jamaica. For I am the son who carry Yellow Man and St. Thomas and draw down yeses and states get a certain get for DJ pan yeses, you know. And him is one of them who really I put my, you know, away from developing up artists like General Chief from nothing. And you know, the list goes on, the Mega Band and this a matter of fact, Papa San, what I do is first #1 song. You know, what I see him as an artist and just see my parties through the one day and just call him and say, come here, son, man, say he's a bad artist, you know. But whosoever working and vice, style and fashion with him and make him sit down in the studio and say to him, say, listen, to that style where you have the Tyler, and a fart in the middle, why you say that now? Why you just go pan with him and say, Tyler, and fashion, and that's what I use it for him. And then in COVID, I will survive same for the same with it. So you see, this is some of the things that I feel so proud of, and some of the artists them.
Mega
Bantan is
now
so
talk about that, because he had one of the biggest killing songs ever.
Hello, but I tell you about that now. There's another history now. Mega Bantan come because I was trying to get Bojo Bantan to write that song for me, you know. I want to tell you the honest truth. This is how Mega Bantan come. I go to German. I said to German, Bojo, you know, tell me with him 1 month, you know, say, I might place him come and realize him as an artist, you know.
Wow.
That is how him gets to understand. So this is how him gets confidence in several artists. Every Thursday night, we used to have this DJ competition around here. Every artist that come there, they shabba the Bojo, everybody. So Bojo come one Thursday night, young man, green, young little youth, you know, school youth. And him say when him come and him DJ the night. At time ever youth then call him color chain. Him was a judge, me had the judge too. But sometimes you know you have to have 2 judges. When him done DJ the night. And this is not what me I said, this is what Bojo I tell me now for Bojo come to some stuff for me. And I see him as a vice when him done vice. I say, oh, me gonna pay you. But anyway, we're not going to do that yet. When him done vice the song, the guy look on him that is color chain and say, sir, 20%. But me they don't me listen and I say, bro, that youth are so different, man. So me take the mic I thought what Buju tell me now, Buju said, I take the mic from Colatin. I said, no, man. I used to deserve more than 20%, man.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I put 50 for it and make him get 70.
Wow.
They put up in and said, Scorpio. And I said, you know what I'm talking, Scorpio. You, as the boss, the man, take the mic and give me 70%.
Wow.
The next man in the bar, it's like, we don't know some artists, I translate him them, because he starts by his outfit, Riley, and I saw him get confidence.
No. Now, let me ask you, and the phone lines is going off. Breadman, put some of those calls on hold, and we're going to take one or two of them. With the limited time that we have, though, Jack, let me ask you a question, because what changed in the whole dub thing from then to now? Because what I realized then, it was about the sound system. Today, it has become more personalized. If a DJ, whether it's in the dance hall or on radio, does not get his or her name called up in the thing, they don't feel good, to the point where they're pirating dub plates. And I can tell you this, I'm one of those who don't believe much in dub plate, because it's a one-time payment. But the thing is, though, it has its place. It has its place in the dance hall. And what I've now come to realize is that dancehall DJs who are now radio personality, that's how they're playing music, and it's killing the music, because the real music is not being played. What happened? When did it change, and why?
It changed because of the same computer world. Because now I know him don't play it, you call it special.
Special, yes.
Oh, special.
Yes.
Really, it just changed because some people say don't play, but it's normally, and I want to tell you something. In Tubby's days, when we are going, Tubby's go vice special. It was even like the artist, and for really and truly, I want the man who started to vice the artist, and especially singing artist, and me and Steel and me and Soul, rest in peace. Going on this thing and start to vice. I am the first one who vice a John Oates dub plate, a Freddie McGregor dub plate, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, what heap of them.
All right.
Enough people don't know what I mean.
Let's take one or two calls, because you have a lot of fans out there, and we don't want to wrap up without hearing from the audience here. Let me do this. Caller, say good morning to the legendary, Jack Scorpio, original Black Scorpio. Good morning, caller. Caller, turn your radio off, please. Yes, go ahead. Turn your radio off, please. Yes, please. Caller?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hello, that's the fire I love to you.
Yes, man. One love. Go ahead.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I tell you to remove the kid.
Yeah, man.
The child,
Yeah, man. What's the contribution to Jack Scorpio this morning?
You kind of interrupt me when Anthony asks a question about Megaband and Netflix. When I want to finish that, but when I want to ask, Jack Scorpio, to bring yourself, look at me, while pack up your phone and things like that, and that kind of take away, for the real essence of the real dance hall and things like that, because when Jack Scorpio said no more, and the other sound them Photograph, them kind of cool out. Storm did come and hold it up for a little while, and then everything just go and just the juggling just start to take over, and everything just move from the real fan culture and gone to set a thing, over this campaign, we call it.
Right. The current thing that we're seeing now, right?
Yeah. Before we come out, let me say this. Jack Scorpio, would I love to get a CD or a cassette from there with only be
okay, sir. All right. So thank you very much, caller. So Jack Scorpio.
Yeah.
The man want a CD or a cassette.
We have them things that still. We know what I talk about. For them dance, was really it's to dance, and dance was. I mean, we have so much great time. a matter of fact, you know, we and Kilimanjaro and Black Scorpio keep some of the greatest dance jammies and you know, people need it. And I have a couple of them well sitting, I don't feel away. Why we master that I know what I'm talking about because really and truly, yeah, Early B, I mean Supercat and Chacha Fry, General Tree, you know.
big thing. You know, there's a burning question I wanna ask though. And Anthony and I had this discussion.
I heard something before you go for it. You know, I realize how the mega bantam story for people who are feeling it really come. I'm gonna say it quick because this is how mega bantam come in this thing now. When I go to Germany and I say Germany, I need a Bojo.
Right.
You know, for me, know the system with me and Bojo and in Germany say Black Scorpio. Me I do an album now and I can't do it now and really you can't touch nothing and I say, boy, you know. But I don't do it now, you know what I mean, boy. You know, the music business, you know, is a competition and you know. So one day, you know, I see this youth coming out in the studio. Ricky General just bringing for Ricky General to come to the studio and food out. So Ricky General bring on when me hear him coming in the studio, going on in the pan. Because really and truly, you know, sound boy killing, you know. It's the melody half a Buju band, you know. Have you ever seen a girl so pretty and so sweet? And when me hear Mega Bantam come to the studio and me hear Nico voice say, have you ever heard a sound that's so wicked? And I say, what? Because this is our instinct, you know, as we hear an artist. This is the power me have. Then I don't tell you. Me have one talent. That's when me hear an artist for the first time, me kind of like a hit to this. Every artist me go in the studio really make it. And as me hear the youth to the melody, you know, we just say, come Mikey, that's a Mikey Riley. I want you to catch the voice and we just catch him same time. Have you ever heard a sound piece? And that was it. The tune just blew up. But me tell you the honest truth, that was the first song me invited Mega Bantam.
Wow. Well, you know, Anthony, you realize, you know, I'm letting Jack Scorpio talk because part 2 is going to be next week, Saturday morning. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to be said. And there's a lot more to share. But my final question in this segment, Jack Scorpio, is about David Rodigan and his contribution to our music. Your thoughts on that?
Great. I can tell you the history again. Another history with David Rodigan. So I remember the first time I come to Jamaica, I clash with Rodigan. With RG. And he must remember this. I'm talking this loud. I didn't come round on my studio. I give him a tune with Frankie Parr name. The closer I get to you, I will tell you something. That song, I never forget, you know, that class, you know, that class was like on the radio and the whatever. And that song dominated that night because why, you know, and this is how I see this man, you know, as a man who do a lot for our music, help to spread it, and, you know, I have to give him my respect and honor. I see him as a help to our reggae music, to be honest. Although he might not have a sound, but he carry the music all over. Me and him play regular. I mean, it's so wonderful to play with.
Let's take one final call. Caller, say your piece and then we wrap up. Good morning. Turn your radio off, please. Okay.
I don't want to go on air.
Okay, well, don't call us when we're live then. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Breadman. Put that call on hold. Put that call on hold and take her. We'll talk to her after the program. Jack Scorpio, you heard I mention it. Part 2 is going to be next week, Saturday morning.
No problem.
Same time, same place. 93.5 Groovin Radio. You know, that Rodigan question is going to be the first question next week because it's going to be very interesting. But Anthony, you told me that when you saw Rodigan the other day, it changed the way you look at the whole thing. His presentation is always classy. He has a history of the music, and Jack Scorpio, your history, Downbeat history, and all those DJs from those days, great history. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you this morning for being up so early to and joining us. And again, part 2 next week, Saturday morning. Anthony.
No problem.
Anthony, in closing, hold on, Jack. In closing, Anthony.
Yeah, man, I think it's great that we're presenting people like Jack Scorpio, because a lot of people know him more for as a soundman and not so much as a producer. And all of those songs that you played, great songs. And I tell you, I'm getting a lot of texts. People there over Guyborough Boulevard, Laundromat, a lot of other people. So
okay.
we look forward to next week.
Here is the thing now, Jack Scorpio. Here is the thing. I am a young man in this thing, and personally, I just want this thing to get better. I want to be... Which I really admire you. I listen every time, and I give you praises, my brother, to try to keep this music alive and to make the younger generation know where it's coming from. You are doing a wonderful work, and that's why I'm ready to work with people like you, because we need to preserve this wonderful music what we have, and you are trying your best. Yes,
I see that.
Yes,
I listen to you every Saturday.
I never knew that, Jack, until the other day. And I thank you for your support. I thank you for your endorsement. Breadman, in closing, 30 seconds.
Well, definitely, it was enjoying. I'm looking forward to next week for the more of interviewing with you. And I love to hear the journey from the dulcimina straight to the production. You know what I'm saying?
And there's so many production and so many things. But next week we get some more, no problem.
Yes, man. Yes, man. We give thanks and praise. I am at a point in my life where I just want my family to be happy. I want my faith to be strong. I want my health to be good. And I want my dollars to be tight and right. I don't want unnecessary drama. Hey, Scorpio?
Yes, man. I must big up my family, as you said, and big up all my fans, right?
Yes.
And my children, and my wife, and everybody who support me over the years. I really thank you all. I thank you.
Yes, man. One love. Until Saturday morning. Same time, Jack Scorpio. One love.
All right.
We're going to leave with gospel time. Yeah, man. From the one and only Beanie Man this morning.
Breadman, make myself your life is not a dead man.